The terms Kemet and Egypt refer to different aspects of the ancient civilization that flourished along the Nile River in northeast Africa. Here's an explanation of the difference between the two. Kemet is an ancient Egyptian term meaning the Black Land, or the land of the black soil. It was used by the ancient Egyptians to refer to their own country, emphasizing the fertile soil that surrounded the Nile River. The term Kemet primarily represents the indigenous Egyptian civilization, its culture, and its land during ancient times. It highlights the connection of the Egyptians with the natural environment and their agricultural practices. Egypt. The term Egypt is derived from the Greek word Egyptos, and is commonly used in modern times to refer to the same geographical region that was known as Kemet in ancient times. Egypt encompasses the historical and contemporary aspects of the land and its people. It includes the ancient Egyptian civilization, its cultural heritage, and the modern Arab Republic of Egypt, which exists today as a nation-state. In summary, Kemet is the ancient Egyptian term referring specifically to the civilization and land of ancient Egypt, while Egypt encompasses both the ancient and modern aspects of the region, including the historical civilization, its heritage, and the present-day nation. The origins of Kemet and Egypt can be traced back to ancient times when the Nile River Valley became a cradle of civilization. Here is a more detailed exploration of their origins. Ancient origins. The origins of Kemet and Egypt are rooted in the prehistoric cultures that inhabited the Nile Valley as early as the Paleolithic era, around 2.5 million years ago. These early inhabitants were hunter-gatherers who gradually transitioned to settled agricultural communities as they discovered the fertility of the Nile floodplain. Predynastic period. The Predynastic period, circa 6030–150 BCE, marks the transition from scattered settlements to the formation of more organized societies in the Nile Valley. During this time, distinct cultural groups emerged, and trade networks developed, allowing for the exchange of goods, ideas, and technologies. Early Dynastic period. The Early Dynastic period, circa 3150–2686 BCE, witnessed the unification of Upper and Lower Egypt under a single ruler, known as the pharaoh. This unification led to the establishment of the first centralized Egyptian state. Narmer, also known as Menes, is often credited with this unification, though historical details from this era remain somewhat speculative. Old Kingdom. The Old Kingdom, circa 2686–2181 BCE, marked a period of great prosperity and political stability in ancient Egypt. It saw the construction of monumental architecture, such as the iconic pyramids at Giza. The pharaohs of the Old Kingdom held immense power and were considered divine rulers. Middle Kingdom. The Middle Kingdom, circa 2055–1650 BCE, followed a period of political fragmentation known as the First Intermediate Period. It was characterized by a reunification of Egypt under the rule of a strong central government. The Middle Kingdom was a time of cultural and artistic achievements, marked by literature, advancements in architecture, and expansion of trade. New Kingdom. The New Kingdom, circa 1550–1077 BCE, is often considered the golden age of ancient Egypt. It was a period of great military conquests, territorial expansion, and wealth accumulation. The New Kingdom pharaohs undertook ambitious building projects and expanded Egypt's influence in the surrounding regions. Over the millennia, Egypt saw various periods of political instability, foreign invasions, and changes in ruling dynasties. The Persian, Greek, Ptolemaic, and Roman occupations left their marks on the region. Eventually, the Arab conquest in the 7th century CE brought about significant cultural and religious changes, establishing Islam as the dominant religion in the region. Today, Egypt continues to be a vibrant nation with a rich cultural heritage that showcases the remnants of its ancient past. The legacy of Kemet and Egypt lives on through its archaeological sites, monuments, artifacts, and the ongoing study of its language, art, religion, and societal structures. Certainly. Here's some additional information about the origins of Kemet and Egypt. Religion and cosmology. Ancient Egypt had a complex religious and cosmological system that played a central role in its culture and society. The Egyptians believed in a pantheon of gods and goddesses who governed various aspects of life and the afterlife. They worshipped these deities through rituals, ceremonies, and the construction of magnificent temples. The concepts of ma'at, balance, harmony, and truth, and the belief in an afterlife were fundamental to Egyptian religious beliefs. Hieroglyphic writing. The ancient Egyptians developed one of the earliest writing systems known as hieroglyphs. Hieroglyphs were pictorial symbols that represented sounds, words, or concepts. This script was used for religious texts, monumental inscriptions, administrative records, and personal correspondence. The decipherment of hieroglyphs in the early 19th century provided valuable insights into ancient Egyptian civilization. Art and architecture. Ancient Egypt is renowned for its impressive art and architecture. The Egyptians created monumental structures such as the pyramids, temples, and tombs. These structures served religious, funerary, and commemorative purposes. Egyptian art showcased a distinctive style characterized by stylized forms, frontalism, and symbolic representations. The art and architecture of Egypt were highly influential and have had a lasting impact on subsequent civilizations. Legacy and influence. The legacy of Kemet and Egypt extends far beyond its borders. The civilization's advancements in architecture, engineering, mathematics, medicine, and astronomy were highly regarded in the ancient world. Egyptian ideas, symbols, and religious beliefs influenced neighboring cultures, such as Nubia, Kush, and the civilizations of the Mediterranean, including Greece and Rome. Egyptian motifs and iconography can be found in various forms of art, literature, and architecture throughout history. It is important to note that the study of ancient Egypt is an ongoing field of research, and our understanding of its history continues to evolve as new discoveries are made. The exploration of ancient Egypt's origins and its enduring legacy allows us to appreciate the remarkable achievements and contributions of this ancient civilization to human history and culture. Certainly. Here is some additional information about the origins of Kemet and Egypt. Cultural contributions. The ancient Egyptians made significant cultural contributions in various fields. They excelled in science, mathematics, astronomy, and medicine. The Egyptians developed a sophisticated calendar system, made advancements in geometry, and had a deep understanding of anatomy. Their expertise in embalming and mummification techniques demonstrated their knowledge of the human body. Trade and international relations. Egypt's strategic location allowed it to engage in extensive trade networks, both within Africa and with neighboring regions. The Egyptians traded goods such as gold, precious stones, spices, textiles, and exotic animals. They maintained diplomatic relations and conducted military campaigns with other powerful ancient civilizations, including the Hittites, Nubians, Assyrians, and Persians. Social structure and daily life. Egyptian society was hierarchical, with the pharaoh at the top of the social order. The society was divided into different classes, including royalty, nobility, priests, scribes, artisans, and farmers. The majority of the population worked in agriculture, as the Nile River provided fertile soil for cultivation. Egyptians placed great emphasis on family life and the roles of men and women in society. Funerary practices and beliefs. Ancient Egypt's funerary practices and beliefs played a significant role in shaping its culture. The Egyptians believed in an afterlife and prepared elaborate tombs and burial sites for their deceased. The construction of pyramids, mastabas, and rock-cut tombs reflected their beliefs in the journey of the soul and the preservation of the physical body for the afterlife. The Book of the Dead, a collection of religious texts, guided the deceased through the afterlife. Decline and legacy. Egypt's power and influence waned over time due to various factors, including political instability, invasions, and internal conflicts. The decline of ancient Egypt began with the conquest of Alexander the Great and the subsequent Hellenistic period. The Roman Empire later absorbed Egypt into its dominion. Despite its decline as a political entity, Egypt's cultural and intellectual contributions left an indelible mark on subsequent civilizations, and its rich history continues to captivate the world. The story of Kemet and Egypt is a fascinating journey through one of the most enduring civilizations in human history. It highlights the achievements, innovations, and cultural richness of the ancient Egyptians, whose legacy continues to inspire and shape our understanding of the past.